Hello, my name is Nell Kennedy. I'm the Senior Manager of Partner Programs and Marketing here at BigCommerce. I'm here with Albert Singh, Marketplace Manager and resident Stencil Edit Theme Files Guru. Thank you for taking the time today to join us in a walkthrough of the Stencil Edit Theme Files feature. BigCommerce is very excited to have Stencil available to our partners and merchants, and this webinar is one of many resources we're producing to enable our partners with the knowledge needed to customize themes using Stencil. Albert will be taking you through the demo, but first, some reminders. All attendees are on mute. If you have any questions throughout the demo, please use the questions field in your GoToWebinar control panel. I'll be collecting the questions throughout the demo so that we can answer at the end. If we don't have the opportunity to answer your question during this webinar, please go to our community board at forums.bigcommerce.com and check out the Stencil group there for additional Stencil conversation. Last but not least, we'll also be posting a replay of this webinar in the partner portal in addition to emailing an ungated link to all attendees. With that, I'll let Albert take it away.
Hi, thanks for the intro now. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about edit theme files in your control panel. So this is going to allow you to edit your Stencil theme files without having to download the CLI and install it onto your computer. This is going to allow you to edit your handlebars, YAML, HTML, CSS, anything that you'd like to do on your CLI. As a quick note, we're not talking about CLI today, so we're not going to go over the local installation or development on your own computer. This is strictly about the in-browser edit theme files. A couple other things to note before we get started. There are a few limitations of edit theme files since it's not the same as CLI. Some files are not editable within the theme editor. We'll take a look at those later on. Files cannot be uploaded. You can also only have a maximum of 10 files open at one time. And concurrent editing is not yet supported, so you can't have more than one session open when you're trying to edit your theme files. All right, so let's take a look at a store. And today we're looking at Cat Store. It's a store for cats. You'll see that it's got a couple products in here. And we'll start off by logging into the store. Great, now that we're logged in, we're going to go to Storefront Design and then to My Themes. All right, this store is using Cornerstone, so this is going to be the theme that we're going to use. So to start, before you can actually edit your theme files, you're going to need to make a copy of your theme. So we'll click on Theme Details, and then we'll go to Theme Options and make a copy. Right here, you're going to get a box. It's going to ask you to name your copy. You can name it whatever you'd like. We're going to name this one Cornerstone Copy. And then save. What's going to happen here is it's going to process your theme, and it's going to show up underneath here in your My Theme section. This should take less than a minute. Okay, great. We've got our copy here. So let's click on this. And it's going to bring up our themes detail page. Now, there's two different ways to get into your edit theme files. You can click on Theme Options here, and then click on Edit Theme Files. That's the first way. And the second way that I'm going to show you is by going through Theme Editor. So you'll click on Customize. And once we're in Theme Editor, you can scroll down to the bottom here and click on Edit Theme Files. Okay, great. We have our editor open. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the name of the theme you're working on, the variation. You have a link here to take you to the homepage of the website. And if you click on this Edit Theme Files link right here, it's going to take you back to your theme editor. Now we have a bunch of folders and some files. You'll see that these files here are grayed out. These are the files I was talking about earlier that are not editable. So config.json, schema.json, JavaScript files, and then images and font files are not editable in edit theme files. If you do, for some reason, need to edit these, then we'd suggest that you use the CLI. All right, so in the assets folder, you'll see that you have fonts, icons, images, some JavaScript files, and then SCSS. This is where your CSS is going to live. You can come in here and make some changes to checkout, invoice, maintenance, optimized checkout, which is our one-page checkout, and theme.css. This lang folder is language variables. So if we take a look at en.json, this is going to be all of the variables that show up on your web pages. You can come in here and make edits through your theme editor. You don't have to use CLI for this one. And then this last folder here is templates. This is going to be all of the HTML templates for your site. So we have our layout, base, and empty.html, and then your actual pages. And then up here is the components that work with these pages. All right, on the right side, we're going to take a look here, and down at the bottom left, we have preview. This will allow you to preview your work. Once you've edited any page, before you can preview, you're going to have to save. You can click one of these two save buttons down here, save file or save all files if you have more than one file open. Or if you click on preview, it will prompt you to save if you haven't done so already. Okay, and now in the middle here, this is the actual editor. You'll see that home.html opens up whenever you open up edit theme files. On this page, you'll see right at the top here, we have some YAML, we have some handlebars statements, and there's a little bit of HTML. All of those things are editable within the theme editor, or within edit theme files, so you can make anything like that. The other thing that you can do in here is inline JavaScript. So while you can't actually edit any of these JavaScript files, you can inline your JavaScript. A couple other features in this window, there is undo and redo. So if I start typing, I can undo that typing or I can redo it. And as you've seen, when I started typing, there's autocomplete and predictive text. So if I start typing some HTML, it's going to autocomplete that for me. All right, so let's add in some quick JavaScript just to take a look at how this works. So we're going to add in this little button here that says click me to scroll. It's going to take us to the top of our page. Once I've added in and edited this window, you'll see that there's this little blue icon up here at the top. That's telling you that this page has been modified, but it's not yet been saved. So taking a look at preview, let's hit save and preview. And close window, and it's going to pop our preview up. So we have cat store, a store for cats. And you're going to see the button down here at the bottom, click me to scroll, and that takes us back up to the top. Another thing to note on this preview window is we have different size options here. So right now we're looking at it as if we were looking at a computer. We can also look at it as if we were using a tablet or a mobile phone. If you click on these mobile or tablet buttons more than once, it's going to change the orientation, so vertical or horizontal. And that works for these device ones down here. To close this preview, click on Close Preview. And then if we're all done working on our store, we can click on the Close. So they got logged out. And to apply this theme that we've just edited, we can go back to My Themes. And then we'll click on Cornerstone Copy. and apply the theme. Now if we take a look at our home page, we'll have our little click button down here, and it'll take us back up to the top. And that's our brief demo of the Edit Theme Files. With that, I'm going to pass it back over to Nell.
Thanks, Albert, for that. I put some questions onto some slides, so let's go ahead and kick it off. First question, how can I increase the clickable size of file upload boxes on my storefront in Cornerstone?
Okay, that one right now is an issue that we have on our end. Our engineers are working on getting that resolved. So soon enough, you'll be able to modify that clickable size, or you'll see that it is not as tiny as it is right now.
Okay, thank you. Next question. In the Cornerstone theme, some category pages use center align to display products, and some use left align. How can I center align products in every category page?
Okay, for this one, the reason that there's a difference between the two is that, for example, in Cornerstone, there's a left-hand navigation panel. So when you're on your category pages, you'll have your links to subcategories, or if you have faceted search on, you're going to see the facets on that side. To center align all of them, all you'll need to do is make some CSS modifications to account for the space that would be there if there was that navigation.
Great. Next question. How can I move a banner to a custom location, middle of the page, onto a new page, etc.?
Okay, when you open up any of your theme files that have banners on them, you'll see the banner object somewhere on the page. You can move that wherever you'd like on the page, but you'll want to note that there are only specific pages that banners work on. So if you head over to our support site, support.bigcommerce.com, and look up banners, you're going to see that you can use banners on category pages, search pages, your home page. There's a couple of predefined locations that you can use it on.
Great, and just to piggyback on what Albert just mentioned, so we do have resources available for search by topic at support.bigcommerce.com. We also have dedicated stencil development documentation at stencil.bigcommerce.com, and both of those are linked out from the partner portal if you're a partner on this webinar, as well as a stencil additional resources page within the partner portal as well. So there's plenty of opportunity to click through to those resources, and we highly encourage you searching those sites. So let's move on to the next question. When theme updates are pushed out, will they be easy to apply to our customized version of the theme?
Right now, there's not a great way to do it other than manually dipping between the two files. So when there's an update pushed out, if you're using Cornerstone, for example, you'll have to go to your custom theme that's based on Cornerstone and manually make the changes in that update. We are taking a look at making an improvement to that system, but right now, that is the only way to do it.
Okay. I have a lot of trouble getting Stencil Marketplace themes running locally for custom development. Any plans to make this an easier process?
Yes, actually we're working with our theme partner right now to make the setup for themes easier. We should have some of those updates rolling in pretty soon, and once we get those and put them out into the marketplace, it should be a lot less frustrating to get your themes up and running on your local environment.
That's good news. Next question. Can you have a banner that appears on every page? Home, product, category, info, etc.?
I think I answered this one a little bit in one of the previous questions. There are actually predefined pages that you can use for banners. That full list is going to be on the support site, or you can take a look in your control panel when you create a banner. but I believe it is homepage, categories, search, and brands, and then for those ones you can do top and bottom.
Great, yeah, so great reminder, support.bigcommerce.com. If you entered banners into the search, you would get an array of articles that would point you to the right direction on that question. Also, you could search by stencil and see the entire catalog of stencil documentation for users there as well. Next question. How can you increase the logo size without increasing the size of the surrounding banners?
Okay, for this one, you would have to probably use some CSS. You can go into one of the CSS files and make your changes in there for your logo. The other way that you can do this, I know Cornerstone has this feature built into it. In the theme editor, there is an option to manually change your logo size. So you actually don't even need to go into code. You can just go into the theme editor in Cornerstone, click on the, I think it's a header section, and there's an option for you to modify your logo size.
Great. Next question, how do you sync the changes made using Stencil Edit Theme Files with your local files?
I think this is another one that's pretty similar to a previous question. Right now, you'll have to manually diff through them. Again, we're taking a look at making some improvements to that system.
Alrighty. Oh, here's a good one. Does the theme editor allow changes on the product page? For example, using Blueprint themes, I've been able to add an image below the product images showing free delivery, and I've also been able to change the wording for shipping in the shopping cart from applied at checkout to free delivery on orders over $100. So the question is, does theme editor allow changes on the product page to that level?
Yes. Yes, you can modify the product page or really any pages to add whatever content you'd like. For product pages specifically, again, in that templates folder, you're going to find product.html or something, some file that's named something similar. And you can make changes in there so you can add your HTML to add an image. Just make sure you have your image hosted somewhere. Additionally, for those language, like applied at checkout, I showed you the language files that have all the variables that show up on the front end of your store. You can just go in there really quickly and make a quick edit to change language that appears on the front end, and then you don't actually need to edit any code for your product pages or any pages that you're editing.
Awesome. What is the best way to keep a customized version of a theme updated alongside the base theme?
Hey, another one of these. Okay. Right now, again, you'll have to manually diff them. We are trying to work on getting something out that will allow you to make that process a little bit easier. But right now, whenever the updates are pushed out, you'll have to go through and take a look at the files and copy and paste them.
Great. Thanks, Albert. A couple more questions. Is the CLI the only way to upload custom panels?
Yes, like I said at the top of this, if you are trying to add files in or trying to add custom panels, you'll have to use the CLI since you're not able to upload files through the edit theme files. You will have to use CLI.
Okay. And final question. Can we get a list of all the variable names to access the various fields for products, including the format for accessing custom fields?
Yes, we actually have a list like this already. It's on our developer site, so that's stencil.bigcommerce.com. Once you click into that, there is going to be object references. So they're going to have things for not just products, but pretty much every object in themes that you can access, and all of them will have a short description of what they're for. So again, if you take a look, stencil.bigcommerce.com, it'll have all of the variables and their properties.
Thanks, Albert. That's a great segue into a reminder of where Stencil resources are available for partners, also merchants to a certain extent. For partners, you have the ability to log into your partner portal at partners.bigcommerce.com. If you look under training and enablement, additional resources, we currently have 11 videos available that are all walkthroughs on different parts of the Stencil platform, everything from an introduction to installing the CLI on different operating systems. And we have more videos in production to round out that set. That set is also going to be what we use for our Stencil certification that'll be coming online in the next month or two. So, the more you are familiar with those videos, the better you'll be prepared to gain that certification as soon as it's available to you. Also, our general Stencil documentation open to everybody. It's available at stencil.bigcommerce.com. Those are the development documents. That site also allows you to note to its authors where you see opportunities for improvement, or if you need more information on a certain topic, that feedback can go straight to those authors within that site. So I encourage you to take advantage of that feature. In our community at forum.bigcommerce.com, we have a Getting Started with Stencil discussion group. That's a great group to source information from. So we encourage you to use that. And then support.bigcommerce.com, as we mentioned before, has a ton of merchant and partner-facing support articles. So in conclusion, we are, another shameless plug for the community. Please go into the Getting Started with Stencil group, discussion group, and post any questions you have there. We have several staff members who assist, along with your ability to source from other developers and partners working on Stencil within that group. So thank you all for the time to join us with this webinar. Albert, thank you for the demo. And with that, we will conclude today's webinar. Have a good day. Bye.